use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Question number 2. What is the basis of a frequency? Is it A, meaning that is already present, or B, meaning that you assign, or C, either? Well, the answer is definitely C, because the basis of a frequency is meaning. Now, whether it was present or whether you assigned it, doesn't matter. It's still a meaning. Meaning creates frequency. When you have a frequency, well, we're going to get to this next, so I'm not going to spoil it, but I will say when you have a frequency, it resonates or elicits. It's kind. So back in our chapter 1 examples of the placebo and stuff, when you said that the medicine was good medicine, that it was a miracle cure, you gave that pill a meaning. Now, if you went by the meaning already present, it had a certain frequency, sugar pill. But if you gave it a meaning, now it had a meaning of a miracle cure, and it was a different frequency. But in both cases, they both had frequencies. They had different meanings. So different meanings created different frequencies. So the basis of a frequency, bottom line, is meaning. Whether it's already present or whether you create it, doesn't matter. There could be a meaning already present that has a certain frequency, and it's doing its thing. And you come along and say, I want a different result. So I'm going to change that meaning, and you do. And now it creates a new frequency, but it's still a frequency, but it's a different frequency. And now it's going to elicit and do a different thing. Still, it's a frequency. Still, it's created by meaning. So frequencies are created by meaning, whether they're present or whether you assign them. It's the same thing. Okay. Question number 3. Frequencies can be added together to form A, more complex frequencies, B, matter, C, the universe, or D, all. Well, I just gave this one away. I gave this away with answer number 1. It's D, all. Frequencies can be added together to create more complex frequencies. That's like the example of the song. You have an individual guitar, which has a certain frequency that it's creating, and you have a singer, which has a certain frequency that the singer's creating, and one from the drum and whatever, and you connect them all together, you blend them, you play them all at the same time, and you make a more complex frequency, but within that frequency, it still has its elements. So yes, they can be added together to make more complex frequencies. That's what the atom is. The atom is a combination of proton frequencies and a certain number of them, and neutron frequencies, a certain number of them, and electron frequencies, a certain number of them, all together form that particular atom. And then, if you take that atom and you connect it with other types of atoms, or even more of the same kind of atom, then you're forming a molecule, which is now an even more complex frequency, because it's a frequency created by its subparts, which are atoms, and they're created by the frequency of their subparts, which are neutrons and protons and electrons. You see how that works? Now you take that matter and you form it into a building or into an object, and the object itself, by its shape and its form, has a certain frequency. So yes, they can be added together to form more complex frequencies. Absolutely. Matter, I just covered that. You start from the beginning and you're forming electrons and protons and neutrons, forming atoms, forming molecules, yada, yada, yada. You formed matter. Okay. And C, the universe, I covered that in answer number 1. Every frequency, as it's added and more stuff is added in, finally you get the entire universe, which is a single frequency. The universe itself is like a song. It's one song, one verse, universe. One frequency is the entire universe. Okay. Question number 4. Frequencies form what into matter and circumstances? A. Energy. B. Stuff. C. Cornstarch. Or D. Rice. Well, frequencies form A. Energy. Frequencies form energy into matter and circumstances. They don't form stuff or cornstarch or rice. Those are matter. Those are objects. Those are formed by a frequency, but it forms the energy into the parts, the atoms, the electrons, and what it needs to be to create the cornstarch, to create the rice, to create the stuff, to create matter, to create circumstances, to create the universe. Okay, so the answer is A, energy. Frequencies form energy into matter and circumstances. Okay. Question number 5. The essence of a frequency is that it causes energy to A, become circumstance, B, vibrate, C, create form, or D, all. Well, the answer is definitely D, all. The essence of a frequency is that it causes energy to form circumstance, become circumstance. Absolutely. Frequencies are the basis of circumstance. Meaning is the basis of frequency, and frequency is the basis of the circumstance. Meaning creates the circumstance. So frequency definitely creates circumstance, but it's meaning that creates frequency that creates circumstance. Vibrate? Yeah, it causes energy to vibrate. That's what it does. That's what a frequency is. It's a certain vibration at a certain speed. So it's vibrating at a certain speed, the energy, and at a certain speed it becomes an electron. At a different speed it becomes a proton. At a different speed it becomes a neutron. At a much trillion gazillion times slower speed it becomes light. At an even ton slower speed it becomes sound. At a really slow speed you can feel it vibrating. But frequency causes energy to vibrate, become circumstance, and create form. So the answer is D, all. Okay.
Options. Now activating the next video, play options. 1 moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu and activating the video selection buttons. Click on your selection number to start watching the video. 15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections. This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.